Welcome to the Delco Nerd Network podcast. I am your host, Anthony Gooch, and here with a few friends in the Delaware County area. We get in the basement and we talk about a certain topic. Today's topic, we're going to be talking T2. Of course, my co-host, Chris Trio.
What's going on, guys?
And Nick Squallice is back, number 2, round 2.
You're here again. It's like we just
The
did this
foremost authority on Terminator. I'm glad
we needed to bring you in for this one.
This podcast is literally forged around you.
Good, because this movie is my life. It is my life. It's the greatest. It's my...
It's your go-to.
It's my go-to. It'll always be number one, no matter what I've seen. I've seen a lot. I've
seen a lot of shit.
I've seen a lot of movies.
Been around the bend, man.
It'll always be
number one.
Number one.
I love
always.
it.
Well, before we jump into it, we usually like to discuss what we're playing, what we're doing, what we're watching. Nick, what the fuck are you up to?
Well, I mean, you know, I
aside from T2, of course. I mean,
yeah. Well, I am playing Call of Duty right now. You know,
how's that going?
It's okay. You
Do you
know,
like the campaign?
Yeah, the campaign was fun.
Okay. Oh, you beat it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got it like the day or two after it came out. I got it.
I've heard...
It took forever to download like anything else does these days.
Yeah.
I've heard the campaign is really good in the beginning and loses luster kind of as you go.
Yeah, it was, you know, it's just like any other
first-person campaign.
Yeah, it was fun. The multiplayer is fun. Ground War is pretty cool, like with like this up to 65 players. It's, you know, it's fun. I don't really play a lot of online multiplayer games, but Call of Duty just always has a soft spot in my heart where I always...
So, yeah, it's just one you always go back to.
I'm not the kind of guy who goes on there and trash talks and says all this bullshit. I like to just play because it's fun.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
It's so that, and, you know, I'm always playing Doom. Never get tired of that.
Well,
the original ones.
Yeah.
The new one that came out a couple years ago was great, and I'm kind of pissed it got delayed.
Yeah, the new guy turned to Maternal.
That's okay, because I couldn't afford it anyway at the time. So I'm like, all right, I got time to save up.
There you go. Yeah. Put a little cash aside.
Yeah. So
I think it's coming out at a better time. I think if it came out when it was going to, it would have got it flushed out by all the other games that are coming out.
Yeah, for sure.
Currently watching a lot of Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, and they're really good. I just saw Kickboxer, which was excellent, and Lionheart.
I don't think I've ever seen.
Oh, dude, the Van Damme movies are actually really fun. Hard Target's a great one with Lance Henriksen. He's awesome in it. It's a lot of fun. Always watching good old horror movies. It's like definitely one of my favorite things. And you still need to come to the drive-in.
I know.
Gotta come.
So there's you explain it.
There's a drive-in up in Lehighton called the Mahoning Valley Drive-In Theater, and they only do 35mm films.
Oh, really?
It is, and they always have really good events. Like the last event we went to this year was they did Halloween 1, 2, and then Saturday was 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
They said, "Don't worry, we're doing 3. We're gonna have 3 next year with some event they're doing."
Yeah.
But they always they did Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which is my all-time second favorite movie of all time.
I love it.
They did that. They did the new It, which I didn't really care for.
Oh, really? They did the new one.
They did.
That's kind of cool.
The new It. Yeah.
And they got it on 35mm.
No, I think it's digital.
Oh,
It's digital.
What?
Yeah, it's digital. But Killer Clowns was on 35mm. I actually I was able to hold it and take a picture of it.
No, I've seen that.
And every time I go there, I'm like, dude, when are you gonna do Terminator 1 and 2? Like, when are you gonna do it?
Please give it to me.
No, the guy who runs getting the movie licenses his name's Virgil, and he said that it's a lot easier to get 1 than it is 2.
Interesting.
And I said, listen, I'll give you $100. Just do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Not even if you can't get it on 35mm, just take digital.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah.
Here's $100. I'll bring my banner
just fucking
in.
do it.
I'll bring props. We'll set up, and it will be
have a good
awesome.
time. Yeah.
You can camp overnight. It's very fun.
That's cool.
It's a lot of fun, man. You should both check it out.
That's
next
awesome.
season.
I know.
Yeah,
I fucked up this year. I was gonna go, but it was the week of.
It's all right.
Keystone.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
That's
too much shit.
Yeah.
What was the event that I invited you to anyway? What was it?
I think it had blood in it. Blood.
Blood.
Oh, it was Camp Blood.
That's it.
Friday the 13th, part 3, and then they did a bunch of other like campy horror movies like that, and it's
So you're a horror guy.
oh big time.
How did you feel about the newest Halloween?
Oh, I actually liked
Did
it.
you like it?
It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
It was way better than Rob Zombie's pieces of shit. That's all I got to say. Those suck.
It's funny. I was like looking up stuff on that before I saw it, and I'm like, how fucking deep into the weeds did they go with those? He was like a Celtic curse at some point, and then like there was like the Rob Zombie stuff. You're like inside his head.
I only saw the first one, and I've heard nothing. Everybody says the second one's even worse. I was like, all right, well, I don't even need to bother to see it. But yeah, the new one, and I'm looking forward to the new one. That's coming
Halloween
out.
Kills.
I mean, what the
I
hell?
think it's
Why
called.
not?
Oh, wait, they're doing another?
Yeah, they're filming it right
They
now.
actually just. They
This is the last.
Of course.
This is supposed to be the like.
They just
the
wrapped on
final
it.
one.
Actually, they just wrapped on it.
Really?
So,
Jamie Lee Curtis is back.
Yeah.
yeah,
Danny
and they, at
McBride
the
wrote
end,
that.
they burned him in the house. Like that already happened in 2. He got burned and his eyes shot out, and he still came back.
Yeah.
In Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, everybody hates it, but I think it's
That's
a great
not even
movie.
like that. Doesn't even have.
It doesn't
Michael
have
Myers.
him
It
in
has
it.
nothing to do
It
with.
doesn't have him in
Yeah.
it, but it really if you come in saying, all right, Michael Myers isn't in it.
This
it's
is just
fine.
its own thing.
It's its own thing, and it actually is a really cool, interesting
Because
movie.
that was like the original intention with Halloween, right? It was supposed to be anthologies, but then they were like,
Yeah.
well, this sold so well, and Michael
I feel
Myers
like
is so
all those
iconic.
horror movies kind of end up turning into Jason, Freddy Krueger. Like they all kind of turn into these like we're
Even
gonna make
the-
like 12 of
even
them.
the newer Friday the 13th that came out, I think in 2009.
Yeah, with
that-
what's his name?
That wasn't
Daniel
actually,
Daniel Penn.
that actually wasn't too bad.
I
didn't
like
mind
that
it.
up until the point of where you find out he's actually a child rapist. Like, I was like, because like, I'm like, oh wow, this guy was like a nice guy and they fucked him over. But then it's like, no, he actually did rape all these kids. I was like, oh, guys. I felt like there was some weird thing in that.
Wait, you sure? It's not Freddy Krueger? Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh wait, what am I? You
I
said
was-
Friday
I
the
was-
13th. Why am I thinking?
Jason Voorhees.
I'm thinking Nightmare on Elm Street.
I was on that
My
page.
bad.
Yeah.
I was on the page.
I know movies. I swear.
We just
No.
threw a bunch of movies out.
I just mixed in every single horror movie I was thinking of.
So, I've been playing Death Stranding. And
Walking Simulator.
Here is what I'll say.
Delivery simulator.
I'm not gonna say much because
Don't undersell it.
we are going to have a fucking podcast on this game. It's gonna
Yeah, we
happen.
are.
Don't know when it's gonna happen. Maybe next month. Maybe January. I want to finish it. Death Stranding is so complex. It's hard to just be like, yeah, the surface level idea of it is yeah, you deliver packages, but what happens between point A and point B, that is the ride.
But I don't think that's that complex though.
You're not. Keep going.
I've been like I'm 10 hours in.
No,
You're
he's not
dodging
there. He's not
BTs
there. No,
and you're laying. I like all
Don't
the stuff
fucking
with.
doubt.
I'm not doubting.
Listen,
I actually been really
grenades.
enjoying it. So I don't want this to sound like I haven't been like enjoying myself. I've also been playing Death Stranding. I just think
There's a lot in that game.
it's
not,
but
and it's not the surface.
I don't
level
think
stuff.
it's a lot gameplay wise.
No. I think there's a lot of
story wise.
There's a lot of
sure.
charm and like cool things in that game that not necessarily have anything to do
No,
with
I
gameplay.
agree. I like the atmosphere is different. Like
we
I was
will,
saying,
we will talk about that.
we'll
on
go into that. For
Yeah.
actually
I
talk
heard
about
that.
anything.
I just wanted to end my-
if you like, I was told that if you like build a bridge in the game, that like somebody else who's playing the game can see the bridge you built.
Yeah.
That's kind of
No, there's some stuff that I do
There-
like a lot.
there's-
Like that is the cool parts that I do like are the online things. Like I get to this river and I'm like, fuck, I have a ladder. I can't get across this thing.
Yeah.
But so 3 separate other people already put down 3 ladders, so I finished the connection across
and you
the
can,
That's
river.
awesome.
and you can
And
only
you-
see that stuff. So once you get to like the base in that area, you connect that base to what's called the chiral network, and then once you do that, you can see everyone else's shit. So when you go into an area the first time, you can't see anyone's stuff.
Yeah.
So
It's interesting. Yeah, I know it is.
I can't wait to talk about it.
Definitely cool.
But if you wanted to say something more, go ahead.
No. Yeah, was there anything else you're playing? I don't want to cut you off.
I mean, RE2, since we haven't done a podcast in a while, so I guess we're playing Outer Worlds.
Oh.
You beat it. I'm still
did,
playing
yeah.
it.
Already.
So,
Damn.
It's pretty short.
It's
Oh, it
if you
is?
want to mainline it, you can do it in 20 hours. I think mine
Yeah.
ending was 30. But it was fun. I did enjoy it. I can't wait to actually talk about it. We're doing a
we're gonna
review.
review it.
coming
One
up.
thing I'll say is like it's good. There's not a lot of games I feel like super RPG like Fallout-y, even though that seems kind of like not true. It really is. It does nothing to forward the genre. Absolutely zip. It feels
It
like
seems
zip.
like they
It feels
they
like a
put
game-
their head down 3 years
Zilch.
ago, made this game,
And
came
like-
back up, and they're like, oh fuck, we missed some things here.
So
Yeah.
is it like a Fallout ripoff or some shit? Or like,
I wouldn't say it's a ripoff. I feel like
Fallout inspired for sure.
well, it's the devs who did New Vegas.
Yeah,
So,
the guys who
of
did
course.
one, and actually some of the original creators of Fallout are on it.
Yes, that
Uh,
too. It's good. I think you can pick it up and you won't get too overwhelmed with it.
Yeah, because when I played Fallout, dude, I borrowed it from a buddy of mine, and I popped it in.
Saw everything, and you're like,
So
nope.
I played it like after all the cutscenes, and they're just like, here you go, just
Yeah.
out in the world.
It's
And I
overwhelming,
walked
yeah.
around for like
Figure it
15,
out.
20 minutes, and I said, fuck fuck this. I popped it out and gave it back to him.
Yeah, like
Nope.
Some people, I get that. Some people don't have time for that to just go in. And
Yeah, I like
You probably want more of like a straightforward, narratively driven game.
Yeah, well, like so, like games that like Dying Light, like where like it's open world, but you can do like side. Like I like shit like that, and I like to have a little bit of boundary.
I was gonna say Dying Light's one of my favorite.
Yeah, I can't wait for 2.
That is definitely a little bit more tame than like your Fallouts and stuff for sure.
Yeah,
but Dying Light 2, I am
Outer Worlds
so
is
excited
not
for
open world.
and Dead Island 2, or whatever
limited.
the hell they're doing with that. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
Outer Worlds is it's more hub world. There's like littler worlds, which I actually don't think I like as much, but I think it's a little bit more digestible if you found Fallout to be way too much going on.
And RE2 is fucking awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, it's so fantastic.
Which, by the way, you gotta play the original one, dude.
I did.
You did?
Not the original. I played the GameCube remaster of 1. So I mean,
Yeah.
So, yeah,
no, I'm saying you gotta play the original 2.
Oh, I
The
know.
original 2
yeah.
and 3 and Veronica X.
Here's the thing. Hey, PlayStation, fucking put them on PS4 so people can play them. I don't want to have to go get a PS fucking 1.
Yeah, whatever.
I have
I
have a PS1 and a Dreamcast, and I have 2, 3, and Veronica X on my Dreamcast.
Yeah.
And Dreamcast, what a great system that is. So it was so it's so underrated in its time. It's a great system. Veronica X. No, they have Veronica X on PS4.
Yeah, I know.
You should get it. It's
But
fun.
the original 1, the original 2, and the original 3
I thought they had
the.
Well, what about the Resident Evil remaster? Isn't that just?
Well,
isn't that one
so-
but just
but it's
like
it's,
with a new
it's,
coat
it's
of paint?
up graphics, and it's
It's
great.
But it's the same game, right? It's not like
There's-
Resident Evil 2 where it's like a reimagining.
There's little differences in the original one versus the remake one.
It's like a director's cut.
Okay.
They add like some new parts, but like, and it's redubbed.
Most of the base game is there.
Yeah.
Whereas like Resident Evil 2 was basically a remake.
Yeah, and what's this new Resident Evil game we're gonna get? That doesn't look too.
No.
It doesn't.
I feel like this is the second time they've tried to do something like that. They did like the Resident Evil like
Operation
the one
Raccoon City.
that one, and then
that was fun for like an hour. That was fun for like the first 2 playthroughs, and like, all right, I'm done.
I will say, like from the stuff I was reading on the other things with Mr. X, it sounds kind of interesting, and like I mean, there is stuff that like Dead by Daylight's still pretty successful, and like those kind of 1v5. The asymmetrical multiplayer.
Not
games.
with Resident Evil. Just don't.
And it sucks because I think you're right.
They should
Even if it is good, I don't think people will give it a chance.
2 and 7. They were fucking phenomenal. Do not go back.
Yeah, they should remake 3.
Remake 3 and just then do.
Or
8.
give us an 8. Yeah, like
Yeah,
just give it.
Yeah. Like I played the 7 with the VR, and it was cool. It was definitely.
I love that video. This is the greatest gameplay experience.
Oh, that bug put up. Yeah, and
I think I've ever had.
The only other game that was like that was Resident Evil Survivor for PS1, the first person.
I don't even know what that is.
No, there was like the rail shooters for the Wii and shit,
yeah.
but an actual first person game like that where you walk around and you're free on your own.
There is something about that,
and it did suck. Resident Evil Survivor sucks.
Really?
It's not good. I had it, and I sold it. I was like, yeah, this is not,
I did think I found 7 scarier than 2, but in the
2
way
isn't
of,
that scary at all.
But in the way of,
it's just it's beautifully done.
The jump
Dude,
scares is what you get you. But I think
that game's
funny.
one of the best
older
games
games
I've seen in a
freak me
while.
out, and I think that had just something to do with when I was a kid.
Playing Resident Evil 2, playing the new Resident Evil 2 with the original soundtrack is so fucking awesome. When you walk into the police station and all those songs, it's so good. Like I played with their soundtrack and it was good, but just something about that original soundtrack is just really it puts you in that game.
So all I have left is Claire on hardcore, and then I have to do all the Survivor stuff. So
they're fucking hard, dude. They are hard.
I only have beaten like 2 of them.
I beat one.
They're really tough.
I beat Hunks, but barely.
Dude, Hunks I don't think I've beaten yet because it's so fucking.
That is like a rush though. You're running.
Oh yeah,
end,
for
right?
sure, and you're
Hunks.
trying to see if you can like dodge certain things that you just
And
don't want to
the
waste.
tofu
stuff
one
on.
is that too, right?
Yeah, because
I think
when
I've
you
gotten
beat
up to Mr. X.
when you beat Hunk, you unlock tofu. I think.
Yeah.
And that's what I just did that. So I didn't
The
platinum
real
that
game
game yet.
begins.
I beat the one with like the dad and the daughter. I can't. He's in like the gun shop.
Kendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really. Kendo. I wish they would have brought back more of a. I was actually pissed when you play as Claire. You don't even run into Kendo. I was kind of mad about
so
that.
I was telling you that in the original, he runs into. They run into each other.
Sorry about that.
Well,
the original dialogue
He's
is
just an
great.
odd dude. Yeah.
No, but I mean the time the game was made, the dialogue is
It's just
weird.
hilarious. Yeah.
Dude, the end of the original Resident Evil 2, it's like Leon's like, and now we gotta go after Umbrella, and then this weird music starts. It's
awesome.
like,
just
oh my
very
God.
90s. That sounds. Yeah.
One thing Resident Evil 2 keeps is like some of that camp though. The dialogue between Claire and Leon when they have it the few times is fucking hilarious. Like the fence, I was like, you guys are like flirting. Like you guys.
It's awesome. Oh, and you get to see.
No, you think it's funny how Claire
get to
does
see-
walk up and starts doing that.
You get to see Leon and Ada kiss, and I was so into that because I was like always wondering if those two would ever
I was
hook
gonna say
up. Or...
in the original they don't, right?
You played 4, right?
I know what happens in 4.
You never played Resident Evil 4? Oh my god,
Dude,
so good.
Again, I was scared shitless. It came out when I was a kid.
It's
I
for
couldn't
the
get through that
GameCube.
shit.
It's good.
I was a kid!
Dude, go on your PS4.
I'm gonna play.
and download
I have it! I have it!
What are you doing?
Play them in
What are
order!
we doing? Doing a podcast right now. Play the goddamn game.
Yeah, we're in this podcast so we can play Resident Evil 4. Dude, it's great. It's great.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. To the
Terminator
box.
2.
Yeah.
I think we should just start at the beginning.
Dun, dun,
Well, you
dun,
can't you can't talk about 2
dun,
without
dun.
talking about 1. That's for
100%.
sure.
Well, you know, we're doing this podcast because you're such a Terminator fan. And I think, like, your passion for that kind of rivals mine with some things. And I admire that.
I first saw I just turned 31. I saw 2 first. I saw 2 when I was 4 or 5 years old. And I absolutely my dad showed it to me. My mom didn't know about it, and she came home flipping out.
Yeah,
what are you doing? Showing him?
He's not gonna be able to sleep for a week.
And I was such a fan back then that I had. You see those pictures of me with like the guns and the sunglasses.
Yeah.
I had the one. My mom posted the one on Facebook, but like I'm on the bike with the shotgun and the glasses. I'm like 6, 7. I'm so young.
I love it.
So I saw 2, and then I saw 1, and 1. I mean, those 2 movies
2 are so good.
They're
peak.
completely perfect. There's nothing wrong with both. They're just yin and yang, perfect. My buddy, he likes 1 more than 2, and I can understand why he likes 1 more than 2. But I said, listen, dude, it's like yin and yang. They're both perfect. And I love them both, but I just have a little more of a sentimental value with 2.
Yeah, because you saw it first. Yeah, that's definitely
so young when I saw it. Everything about the first one is phenomenal. It has a horror aspect to it. People don't maybe not feel that way, but if you really watch the movie,
100% think that.
it's a horror aspect.
Dude, it was
horror,
funny.
romance, when they bang, and
bang,
action, sci-fi. Dude, when they the best is when they're in the nightclub, and when he comes in and he looks and she drops the salt shaker, bends down as he's looking over, and as she comes back up and that music is slowing down. And she looks at Kyle Reese, and the build up to that scene is so awesome. He whips out that shotgun and cocks it. It's perfect. Perfect.
It's in the Rose box at that point, right? Or
this is Kyle Reese. We're talking about the first one, right?
Yeah,
now.
no.
That's the second one you're thinking of.
No, he just has the shotgun that he literally sawed it off.
I forgot it was. No, wait. When he walks into the police station, isn't it in something in that too?
What? What do you mean? No, he blasts through the door with the car. Steps out with the machine gun and the shotgun and starts going to town.
For some reason,
he walks in.
It's been a while since I've seen Terminator 1.
He walks in, asks if she's there, I'm pretty sure. Then they go, yeah. He goes, okay. And then he comes back and just rams a car in or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, which took so long for all to understand. Like, why do I have to say I'll be back? Why don't we say I will be back? And James Cameron said, don't tell me about my script. Just fucking say the line.
Yeah.
And that's,
Meanwhile, I was like, I just
did
can't
he not
say
understand the contraction?
He didn't know. He thought it was stupid. Like, why would I say I'll be back? I should say I will be back. And he just didn't. He just say it as I wrote it. And little did he know how much of an impact that would have.
I will be back.
And it's funny because Lance Henriksen is also in the movie, and he was originally going to play the Terminator.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, like the cop Lance Henriksen.
Yeah.
I forget his name in the movie. He was gonna play the Terminator. He went into a meeting with the full makeup on, and they were freaked out because of what he looked like and shit. And then he didn't work out. They thought about O.J. Simpson, which would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Would have
I heard
ruined the
about
movie.
that.
And Arnold was originally was cast to play Kyle Reese.
That would have been so
And it would have been so weird, but
Yeah.
Arnold had a meeting with James, and he said, "Oh, he would like to play the robot character,"
I
which
would like
he
to play
was.
the robot. Sir.
Yeah, I mean, it would be so funny to see what would happen if Arnold was the good guy and somebody else played
Was the
Terminator.
bad guy, yeah.
That would have been really interesting to see.
Because then
that.
think about it, maybe he wouldn't have been even back for the second one.
in a
if
way,
they-
we get that in T2.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much-
Definitely.
I showed my girlfriend Jackie. I showed her niece Terminator, the first one.
Yeah, you were saying that the other
And
day.
she was like, "Oh, I was hoping he was the good guy." I was like, "Wait till you
See,
see
that's-
too. Don't worry."
Well, that's what most people
No,
think.
he's
Like he's the good
amazing.
guy because they're so used to hearing about T2.
He's always a good
Some
guy
people
from
put up-
from 2 after, just
So,
also
yeah.
for salvation, but that
Well,
wasn't.
You go back and show someone T1, they're like, wait, what? I
What-
thought he was the good guy
What
here.
movie in Arnold's not discography. What would the term be?
Filmography?
Sure.
Yeah.
Filmography. Is he the villain? Not many, right?
Batman, Robin.
Ah, well, fuck Mr. Freeze.
How
Yeah,
very
well,
nice
you know,
to
fuck
see
Mr.
you.
Freeze.
Come
Nice to
on.
see you.
I forgot about
Listen,
that.
I enjoy those movies still. I know they're not good.
I
but-
can't even count that. That is like, no. But yeah, he's usually the
He
hero.
was a good guy. Red
Yeah.
Heat, Raw Deal.
Well, I mean, he was.
Very good
I mean,
films.
him and frickin' Stallone were the action heroes of that time, right? So they were always going to be the good guy.
And I love how even today they still kind of like
They're just like
one
tit
up
for
in
tat.
each-
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Which the new Rambo wasn't that. It was okay,
Yeah.
but we won't get into
That's a
that.
whole nother
I'm just saying,
podcast.
I saw it and it was but so Terminator 1 is perfect. It ends perfectly. The special effects when he gets hit by that truck comes up with you see the endoskeleton coming through his skin,
Dude.
And even when they use the puppet in the truck, like there's scenes where he's driving the truck at the end and it's just a puppet, but it looks so detailed.
Dude, even in like the end scene when he's fully endoskeleton and Kyle Reese blows him up and he's crawling at fucking this is T1.
Oh yeah,
and, like,
it's great.
It looks amazing.
It's great. Your
It looks
Terminator fucker
fantastic.
gets
Yeah.
crushed. It's great. So that's T1, and then the motherfucking best sequel in my opinion, of all time.
I think you're right.
like no other sequel triumphs.
Is
the
just
first-
as, if not
it's-
better than the
yes.
original.
I
Yes.
was just thinking about this like this week, and I'm like, what sequels
leading up to this.
have become more famous than their originals? And I think T2 is literally the prime example of a
sure.
sequel, like just
That overshadowed almost the first one.
Because like you wouldn't say that about Star Wars is an easy one to go to. Empire like doesn't overshadow a New Hope.
I agree.
Like T1.
Even I'm trying to like even like
So-
an Indiana Jones 2 or like any of your other big tentpole movies, like nothing holds up better, or not even better.
To
Because the
this
first
day,
one's so good.
It came out in 1991, and to this day, graphically, special effects, it still looks
One of the best. It still holds up.
It looks
yeah,
amazing.
100%.
Yeah.
And even like I watched a few scenes before I came over here just to kind of refresh myself. Like what I was saying when he walks through those bars and like how it just phases through him.
And the gun
And the
gets
gun, he's
caught.
like-
Oh, the doctor drops the thing out of
Dude,
his
he's
mouth.
like,
oh my
fuck.
god!
And then even like when
Oh my god!
he's charging at them in the elevator to go through the elevator, and you see it split into his tooth. Like it looks awesome.
Yeah, no. Because Arnold shoots him a couple times, and
And he still
I
gets the
love
knife
when
through, yeah.
Arnold's running and he's just getting shot in the back, and you just hear like the metal
Ting ting
clang,
ting ting. Yeah.
and he goes to the elevator, drops a pistol, comes in, opens it up. And the way Arnold cocks that shotgun and puts it right in his face and blows it.
And it's like a
and
Venus.
then
Yeah.
one of my favorite
noise.
one of my favorite Linda Hamilton lines is she goes, "What the fuck is it? What the fuck is
Yeah,
going
like,
on?"
what-
And
yeah.
it's just oh my god, oh my god.
And dude, the fear on her face when he walks out of
Oh,
the
yeah, the
elevator,
first
and
time
she
she
doesn't
up.
know-
Yeah, it's like
and the way she's like,
you hear her gasp and it like echoes.
like-
yeah.
true
Yeah.
terror, and even like you see from like you were saying with that first one. That first one is a horror movie. I would
Yeah,
venture
it
to
is.
say
I mean, it totally
the
is.
way it's all shot.
It's
the
not
way,
all horror, but
for
it's
sure.
definitely a horror.
But it would scare the shit out of someone. Yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I feel like you show that to a kid, that would get to them a little bit.
And going back to like talking about Sarah Connor, like when she's in the I guess she's being interrogated.
Yeah.
The interrogation room, and she's having that like whole monologue. Like,
Oh,
it's so
you mean
good.
like when she's being
If
talked to
anybody
by the
not wearing 3 million sunblocks is gonna have a real
bad
bad day.
fucking
get
day,
it?
yeah. And she's like, yeah, their skin is like
and she's
burnt
fucking
paper,
in
and
the
like,
shape of her life.
dude,
She looks so
Yeah,
good.
what I love
and she
about
looks good in
what I
Dark
love-
Fate.
Yeah, what I love about her character, in the first two films is you see, and this is my problem with Dark Fate, is with the young girl, like they didn't really give her. She just was like, "Oh, like, let's do it, let's stop them." But in the first one, going in from 1 to 2, you see her transitioning from a scared girl, and at the very end of T1, you see her kind of like stepping up, and like just a transition of it. And then in 2, she's just a total fucking badass
For sure.
and it's incredible.
And I think with Dark Fate, like Linda Hamilton's character isn't equal to Grace's character. Grace is more equal to what Kyle Reese was to her in the first movie, if that makes any sense. At least in my mind. Because she is the protector sent back just to stop this person who she has a connection with. Yeah. But yeah, no, it is just so much better expounded upon. She is the best part of those movies. She really is. Fucking Linda Hamilton in T1 and T2.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
Arnold
T2
T2 has the best cast. In my opinion, Robert Patrick plays one of the best on-screen villains I've ever seen.
So
his demeanor and how his facial expressions and everything, he is just perfect. Nobody could have played that part better than him. Nobody.
And it's funny because you see that growth of like from T1, they just sent this one back to kill her.
Yeah.
Like Arnold wasn't there to infiltrate really. I mean, he kind of was. He looks enough like a human where he can walk by, but like this T-1000, he talks to people. He has a personality.
I liked how
James
James Cameron said, he's like, well, T-800's like this Panzer tank, then the T-1000 should be a more like toned down, like more advanced but deadlier
like
machine.
Yeah.
And it really shows in the movie when they're in the mall. And after, that's another great scene with the rose box shotgun, dude.
That's
flips
where
it
you're
open,
thinking of
cocks it, steps on the roses. And when he comes around the corner, he points the gun at the custodian, not knowing, and here comes the T-1000. And you see him raise the shotgun, get down, boom, blasts him a couple times, turns around, gets shot in the back. I love the way he busts open the door, turns around, still getting shot, and just starts blowing him with the shotgun shells. And then when he gets up to him, and they grapple the shotgun together, and then they realize, like, oh shit, like this guy's, like they realize that like they're evenly matched in the sense of, like, as they start throwing each other to the wall and stuff, and it's just so beautifully done. It's so wonderfully done, and that chase scene
you see the surprise in the T-1000 because he didn't realize that another Terminator would be back here to stop him.
Do you know John Connor? Yeah, he just came by here ago. He went to the place called the Galleria, right? The Galleria? The way he said it, the Galleria. When he pushes the kid out of the way.
Yeah.
Hey, I think just saw a kid go, hey! And he shoves him out of the way.
Amazing.
So good. That's Danny Cooksey. He was in Slew Your Shorts.
You know what?
Show on Nickelodeon.
You know what I didn't know for the longest time? Edward Furlong was in American History X. I never knew.
He was good in that.
He was great in that, but I was just like,
he was good in Pet Sematary 2. He was good in too.
We saw him at Philly Comic Con.
He's that's right.
I
told him.
I met him at New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival, and I had my Terminator 2 1991 theatrical banner, like the 3-foot by 10-foot banner. It's like my holy grail. I have Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn, I have Arnold Stunt Double, I have the girl who plays Jeanette Goldstein, she plays John Connor's stepmom in the film.
Gotcha.
And I met Edward Furlong, and I was so nervous. I was like, oh my god, dude, like when I met Linda Hamilton, I was the same way. I almost cried.
I couldn't imagine you being nervous.
I had swamp ass when I met Robert Patrick. I was fucking nervous as hell because I grew up watching this all the time.
Yeah.
So when I met Edward Furlong, I was like, what do I want him to? I want him to quote something. What do I want him to quote? And I said, the scene where him and the Terminator are calling his stepmom, and they're like that payphone.
Yeah.
And I said, can you write now who's the douchebag? But no, now who's the dipshit, you jock douchebag? And he didn't know how to spell dipshit or douche. He's like, I'm an actor. I don't know how to spell. I don't spell it. I was like, can you believe that? I shared an elevator with him. It was so weird. And by the whole time that convention, I was just drunk. I was a mess. Me and Jackie were there. I was a total hot mess. And we were in the elevator.
Were you drunk when you met him?
Oh, I was like, that was like 6
I was gonna say, you probably wanted to like be.
After that, I was so excited. I was drinking the whole time we were there, and I was a hot mess. But we shared an elevator ride with him, and I was like, oh my god, he's right here in the elevator. Holy shit! I know he went through a lot of like alcohol and drunk problems. That's when I'm like, yo, dude, you want to drink a beer together?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him so bad, but
Yeah.
So,
did you say anything to him in the elevator?
Oh, he's just like, hey, you guys having a good time? I was like,
Yes, Edward Furlong.
Yes.
Yes,
I am
God.
having a great time. So all I had to really meet is Arnold, dude, and he's been coming to conventions, but he's asking a lot of money, which I'd be willing to pay. I just need like a year's notice, so I can save up money for
I
it.
just need a year.
Because he wants like $1,000 to meet. Oh yeah,
Wow.
But the thing is,
almost $1,000.
If
I remember
you-
the
if-
one he was $1,000. And Sylvester Stallone was going to come to Keystone, and he wanted like depending on
it was
depending on
500. I looked it up.
depending on what you wanted to get signed, it was price. Like, so if I want to get a 24 by 36 poster, it'd be $650 to get it signed. And I'm like, yeah,
that doesn't make. I mean,
I
he's
feel
gonna do
like-
the same
I feel
size
like-
signature
I
every
feel like
time.
at this point-
yeah.
You got to pay whatever.
I know, and it's not even their fault. It's their publicist's fault. It's like they make up the prices and shit. It's not really up to him.
Yeah.
He just goes like, okay, whatever. But
Yeah, and
I
it's
feel,
not.
I feel like they should have some say. It's like, listen, I
sure.
make enough money. Do I really need
And
to...
Arnold's doing stuff too. Like you know,
So is Stallone.
there's a lot
For sure,
of
yeah.
not doing stuff as in like movies. He's doing stuff as in like he goes to a lot of stuff like
Yeah.
weightlifting, things.
after school charity things.
For
and
sure,
all that.
yeah.
But he doesn't do a lot of cons, and it's really even Stallone. Like when I thought he was a Keystone, I was like, what the fuck?
Wow, Stallone.
But they got John Carpenter, and he's fucking dope. I mean, John Carpenter is a great director, and
Yeah.
he made so many. I mean, Escape from New York. Have you seen that?
No,
I've seen that.
I've seen
Oh
parts.
man, Escape from New York.
That's like one of the like quintessential.
Dude,
They
80s.
live,
you know
they
what?
live.
I'm such a Kojima fan. I should see that movie because in MGS2, Iroquois Pliskin,
Yeah,
Snake
yeah.
is like
You gotta
designed
see it.
after
You gotta see
after
it. It's a great
Snake Plissken
film.
from
Yeah.
that movie.
Escape from LA isn't as good, but Escape from New York is phenomenal.
Sure.
Great movie. Which I feel like they should bring that into consideration with our world today. All these asshole criminals, just put them on an island somewhere. Why pay?
Let 'em figure it
taxes
out.
And shit? Just put them on
It's
an
like
island.
I thought you were
Arkham
going to
City.
say they should make another one. I was like, what?
No.
For a
No,
minute,
leave it in the
I
past.
was like, keep going.
Even if Kurt Russell was in it, I just don't
Just
feel
leave
it
it in
would
the
be,
past.
Just leave it
Yeah.
in the past. It was
So-
good. Which is why I loved Robert Patrick, because when they were doing Genesis, they asked him if he would come back and reprise
did
his
he say
role.
no?
He said, I kind of think I just wanted to leave my character up there. I did what I did with that character. I just
Sure.
want to leave it alone.
I did a good
I
job,
respect
yeah.
him
He made
so
it,
much
yeah.
for that because
Yeah.
it shows.
Right.
It shows that his character in that movie.
And that's kind of like Linda Hamilton. I'm surprised. Like, I'm curious if they asked her at all throughout T3, Genesis, Salvation.
Well, in
Oh, they
three,
did.
in
They were
three
apparently
she came back to do voices in
In
three.
three,
She
yeah.
was on the recorder.
extended cut
But she
or something,
did,
yeah.
She did something. She didn't. You know what? Good for her. Don't come. These movies are shit. I'm sorry. They're all shit. 1 and 2 is all that matters. They
Yeah.
ended it so perfectly. Oh, actually, you think about it this way, and like even though the T-1000 goes down and they throw the arm and the chip that goes down, but remember Arnold's arm gets caught in that grind, the gear, so that's left behind.
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what happened.
What happened to that?
What happened to that?
Yeah.
But they ended it so perfectly. It's like, why even need to make a sequel?
Because
It
they
was
wanted to think it'll make
perfectly
money.
done.
Yeah.
I know. That's the bullshit
It sucks.
way.
Yeah.
That's the asshole way.
Right.
For sure.
And I mean, I would love to just hit T2, but I feel like we have to talk about T3, Genesis, and Salvation. Like what was going through your mind when you went to go see T3?
Oh my god! I was like, oh my god! Well, I was happy to see Arnold back as playing Terminator again. Because I always will love anything he
what?
does. I will love
12 years since? No.
2000
Yeah.
It came out in 2003,
Yeah, but when was T2?
1991.
Yeah, so
When
like
was
One
T1?
was 84.
84. Yeah.
I did not
1984.
realize that was that old.
And
Shit.
it still fucking holds up, and it's still beautifully. It is
30
amazing.
years ago.
It still
What
holds
the
up.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like
In
over 30 years ago.
1991 T2, it's one of the greatest action movies of all time. Those sequences, dude, with the canal chase,
Especially
and
with what they were
dude, when
working
he-
with
when
back
he-
in the day.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like,
When he's on the bike. And he's one arming it and cocking it with one arm, and it just, oh my god, it's so awesome. It's so awesome.
so Terminator 3, have you ever watched the commentary by him?
No, I didn't.
It is some of the funniest fucking shit.
What, of Arnold?
Of Arnold talk. There's one part where he's talking about the TX and like how there's one scene where her boobs like inflate.
Yeah,
And he's like,
yeah.
And he's talking. He's like, yeah, you see, that's a really nice feature because you never know if you're dealing with the guy that likes the little boobs or the big boobs, so you can really kind of adjust. He is completely serious. And then he's talking about another part where like he gets his sunglasses broken. He's like, see, a lot of people think he's angry here because he got shot, but no, it's because he lost his sunglasses. He really loves his sunglasses. It's so fucking funny. You gotta watch it.
So yeah, when you came out of Terminator 3, you were just like, no.
Actually, I think I might have fell asleep during some of it too.
Really?
I think I did, yeah. And then I went back and saw it again. Yeah, I fell asleep during it.
How could you?
I don't know, because it was late. It was late, and it's not 2, so it doesn't...
Did you see him at midnight?
No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't that late. It was like like how it is now, where like, oh, it comes out Friday, but it really comes out Thursday
at 7. Yeah.
No, I went and saw it when it came out.
Yeah,
that day.
Yeah.
Skip school.
It was it's okay. It's nothing.
The only thing I really like about that movie is that they just commit to it at the end. Like, no, Judgment Day's happening.
Yeah,
like, you guys are in
the
bunker.
And it's like, crap.
Figure it out.
There goes the great
like he just
ending
lied
of
to him
2,
to get to the bunker.
There goes the great ending of 2, and
exactly.
And then,
and like, if they got to that in a better, it's just like when he has him in he has the fucking thing full,
and another
the coffin full of guns.
I hate a lot of new movies. I hate a lot of new movies because they always have to like add like little comedy things to just kind of like relieve you of like, okay, this isn't. They always have to have a comedy knock. Like when Grace was like when they were like examining her, and he's just like, "Who told you could look at my private parts?"
Yeah, I
Get
agree.
the fuck out! Shut up! Why'd you have to say something like that? It just makes it like you don't need to say that. It was just a stupid little like, hey guys, like, oh god, it makes me so mad.
I think there's a good way to do comedy, and
like there was comedy in 2, but it was
sometimes Marvel movies can be like as much as we go see them. I'm like, Jesus Christ, can we like just tone down the comedy? Can we?
Yeah, please. And sometimes it gets really annoying,
Yeah, and it's just it's just like stop. Not everything's fucking funny.
Like with the remake of It, the Richie character, like he just had to have a joke every fucking 2 minutes. It's like, okay, we get it. You're like a comedian. We know you're a funny guy, but you have to have a joke every 2 seconds. Like,
I mean, that's how he is in the books, though, right, Richie?
Yeah, well, I
supposed to be like this,
I'll be the guy. I'll be the guy who never read the book, but
No, and I never have either.
Yeah.
It's a fucking like 1,000-page book.
Yeah, my friend Christian's reading it right now, and he's
my
like,
girlfriend Jackie's
still,
reading it.
because I remember when she first
showed me
reading
it. It's like this fucking big. I'm like,
it's thick. It's a big book. And they still didn't touch base with the magic turtle or some shit. I know something about that.
I think they did the right thing and not diving into.
We skipped the orgy, which is the best part of the book.
So
my god.
Yeah, so and all some of the stunt work in T2 is also really cool. I mean, I talked to Arnold's stunt double, and
does he look like him? I've actually never.
Yeah, I mean, like not facial wise, no. And you could see during the movie when Arnold goes around the dump when they're in the canal and he goes around the truck to get John Connor on the dirt bike, you could see it's not Arnold. Like you could clearly see it's not him. Like it's a stunt double, but. Yeah. When I met him, I said my favorite stunt that you ever did was at the very end when towards the end when the T-1000 in the truck and you guys are in the pickup truck and how you climb out onto the fucking back of the pickup truck and just he grabs the gun, climbs onto the other truck and unloads a whole clip into the T-1000. They were going like almost 50 miles an hour, and that was all real stunts.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, like it was incredibly. It was so well done.
Stuntmen sometimes do not get enough credit.
They don't, and I said, I was like, I shook his hand. I said, dude, you are an amazing one of the biggest parts of this movie, but you're an unsung hero. Yeah, that was incredible what you did with that scene, and which it is and like when he's shooting it, it's so awesome when he fires the grenade at him, and the T-1000 hits the back of the truck, and he drops a grenade, and that music kicks in, and he'll look on his face when he grabs that machine gun, and he means business now. And he grabs the steering wheel and they thrusts it to the fucking left, flips the truck over, rides it like a surfboard. It's kind of interesting, but it's awesome, dude. It's a great action movie. All the sequences are awesome. And even the downtime when they're not chasing each other and in a gunfight, like the talking when they're in the desert, all those scenes are just so well, it's well done. And it ain't like, it's not like you have to have action the whole time. It's a good downtime that like talk about the story, what's going on, and
you're into the characters just as much as the actors.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying like the character building is so intense with 1, 2, and You know,
after that.
and when they, it's just, and when she tries to be a Terminator herself and goes after Dyson, that's a great scene too. She breaks down. She breaks down, starts crying.
Yeah.
Show him who you are, and he cuts off and rips off his fucking arm, and there it is. And he's like, it's incredible. It's incredible.
It's so good.
It's incredible.
That whole scene with Miles Dyson's family is like absolutely fucking brutal.
Oh yeah,
it's so like,
come on, Danny, show me your room.
Yeah,
it's like, oh man, okay.
Yeah, like the way they.
Who are you people?
The way just how savagely Linda Hamilton is just like this heartless fucking person.
Well, and it's funny because she knows if she's not, the whole fucking human race is going extinct.
Yeah. Like there is this
I love how she goes into it, but then she realizes like I'm no better than a Terminator. She breaks down and starts crying. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautifully done.
Beautifully acted. Like she is awesome.
And I love watching.
I still don't understand.
I feel like every time I watch it, you just have to watch the special edition with all the scenes that weren't in the theatrical version because you got a lot more background story with why Arnold can learn because they take out
when
his
they're
chip.
doing the thing in his brain.
They take out the chip, and which that scene is the behind shot's a dummy, and in the mirror that's actually him, and it's Linda Hamilton and her twin sister.
Yeah,
her twin sister is in that scene. And it's really good when she slams the hammer and comes this close to slashing the chip, but she doesn't. We'll play it your way. Throws the hammer down and just puts it back in. Oh man, it's so good. It's just so fucking good.
I need to look up that scene because I've heard about it.
Before or after that scene when they first get to that place and they're like loading up.
Well, I bought it for you, didn't I? On Blu-ray.
Yeah, and I've seen it when we saw it at your surprise party.
Yeah. But that was just the theatrical version. No, it wasn't.
Extended.
I was so drunk at my birthday. I can't even sit down and watch it. I'm having so much fun with everybody. I couldn't even.
When she's like, she has like this like Lara Croft look going on with the circle sunglasses.
Oh, it's awesome.
She's loading up.
It's
she's
awesome.
Fucking jacked, and I'm like, dude,
it's awesome, man. When they go into the little bunker and get all the guns, and he holds that minigun, that little smirk he gets. Well, no, the scene when he tries to smile is so funny.
Yeah, he's just like,
it's bad. It's badly great.
No, exactly.
His smile
it's a machine trying to learn how to be human.
Going forward to Salvation a little bit, when I was talking to you, as a Terminator fan, do you want to see more about the war? Because I feel like it's something like besides Salvation. So forget Salvation.
I'll forget it. And here's my response. If they were gonna do a future war, it should have been done in the early '90s. Because now it'll just be
a CGI bullshit mess.
It'll be shit, dude. I know it will. And if they even try. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I wouldn't be surprised if someone comes along and wants to do another movie.
I think the universe that they really haven't examined too much, and I don't think Salvation is a good.
It was not a good. I mean, they could have let it. Like they could have did like a prequel in a sense where it led up to John getting the Terminator and then sending him, and it could have ended right there, and it was a prequel.
Right?
Like, they could have did something like that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be good now.
Yeah,
if they tried doing something like that now, it would just bomb. It would suck. And I know it would. And Arnold wouldn't be in it. It'd just be a full CGI Arnold or some shit like they did in Salvation, and that was. By the way, that was the coolest part of the whole movie. You know, it wasn't really him. It was.
You got to think about how early that is. That's 09. When did that come out?
Probably maybe 08.
They've really just recently kind of perfected that de-aging thing, or come close to, anyways. But honestly, I don't really care about the future stuff. It's always just this bleak, terrible landscape where everyone's dying.
Maybe they could make an interesting story about it, and it is a part that we really haven't seen too much. So that's kind of why I asked.
I know. Can I spoil a little bit of Sarah Chronicles here?
That's all right. I won't remember. So go ahead.
So apparently, at the end of where Cliff hangs off, I think it got canceled before the last season went through.
There's always only 2 seasons, right?
I think so, 2 or 3. John goes to the future. And they're like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm John Connor." And they're like, "Okay, who the fuck's John Connor?" Fantastic. Right. I'm Jim. What are you doing here? So I would have been curious maybe to see how that panned out. I think if anything,
there's so much timeline change.
The timeline alone is a mind fucking itself.
And even so, in Salvation, or not Salvation, in Sarah Connor Chronicles, apparently they're people coming back from separate timelines. So alternate future, the 2 people in that come back from the future are from separate alternate realities.
Idea it was to be you know what? Let's make this really confusing for everyone. I think Terminator can be very confusing.
Just the first one alone, where it's Kyle Reese is your dad, but like, you know, how does that work with time travel? It's like that alone was a mindfuck, and they had to just keep going with it.
Well, because
Like,
then, and even I love her monologue at the end.
like
of
two
one.
was enough to have like, okay, like I get it, it's John in the future, he sends back a Terminator to protect himself. I get that, but then after like 3, and just the time traveling,
It's very
too much.
convoluted.
It's
Just like, how have we not altered things here? And like, and I guess in Terminator 3, it was kind of the same idea of they just pushed back Judgment Day was the idea, but it was still this nuclear kind of Holocaust. Yeah. I don't know. Salvation, there are, like I said, parts that I really like, ideas that I like. Execution was not there for me.
No.
And I think Genesis is the same way. I don't... well, actually, let me critique Emilia Clarke a little bit. She plays Sarah Connor, if you don't know who she is. Game of Thrones.
I couldn't stand her. Couldn't stand her.
She is so weird in movies. I feel like she's good in Game of Thrones, but everything else I've seen her in, I'm like, you're not hitting...
I love her in Solo a lot. I like her. I didn't see her in Genesis, but yeah, I don't know. I enjoy her.
She, like...
She...
I'm just like...
I'm sorry, she sucked as Sarah Connor. She was terrible.
No,
she was
totally
terrible.
could, yeah.
When I saw it, I couldn't stand her. Couldn't stand looking at her. Couldn't stand everything that was coming out of her mouth. Couldn't stand her. Couldn't stand her. Like, and the whole how they just with Genesis, how they just were like.
What even was what's the story in Genesis? What happens?
Genesis is.
I don't even remember.
Skynet. Skynet is Genesis. It's like it's another.
I get that.
And it doesn't happen in 90.
So John Connor comes back and he's a Terminator, right?
Or he's part Terminator. Or
it's
something.
stupid. It's so stupid.
The only time I saw it was when we saw it in the theaters.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it since.
Genesis or Skynet, whatever. Like right as they send Kyle Reese back, you see him like grab onto
Yeah.
Kyle, and like you start to see him like put the shit all in him.
Yeah.
And he comes in to be a Terminator. And
Oh wait, is it Kyle Reese? Or is it John?
No, John. So Kyle Reese gets sent back. The whole
But
setup
as
seems to be
he's
the
going
same
back,
as
something happens to John, and he becomes a Terminator.
Right,
and then
right.
he gets,
Yeah, they're both back.
Yeah, and
The
the best part is when Arnold comes in with that big teddy bear and just starts shooting John with the shotgun in the parking garage. It's so funny. It's awesome.
Like that whole first 10 minutes of that movie, like I said, like I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like it seemed like the exact lead up of how Kyle got sent back in the first Terminator, but then there's obviously that deviation.
And again, it's like, why do we need to revisit this fucking? Why do we need to keep talking about who goes back in time when?
1 and 2, and that's it. There's no need for any other ones, even though they made them. And I feel like I wish I would never saw them, but I can't help it. And I had to see them.
Yeah. So
because the story, it ends so perfectly with.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
These 3 failed movies, what's your favorite? Out of like
of three?
Genesis, Salvation, and Dark Fate. Which one? If I nailed you down, I was like, you have to watch one of these again. Which
Salvation,
one?
Genesis, or
Dark Fate?
I would pick Dark Fate.
Yeah, I think the answer's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was a lot more Arnold in Genesis than there is in Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely not Salvation. Fuck Salvation.
Yeah.
That was a failed, miserable piece of shit, and I didn't like that at all. It was cool to see like the other models of Terminator, the T600, the 700.
Yeah,
it was kind of cool to see
the more
that.
just kind of ground unit. Yeah.
That's what I want to see, but do it well.
And how about in Genesis, where at the end where Arnold falls into the liquid metal and then comes back like, oh, I've been not obsolete, I'm enhanced. Like, okay. Whatever. I don't care. Movie's over. I'm getting out of here. Going to grab a beer and be done with it. Thank you.
So, I would love to see like a really well put together Terminator video game, to be honest.
I know, right? Wouldn't that be nice?
You
know what? The arcade game for T2 was okay.
That was fun.
And the part when you would waste so many quarters. The part where it's the second level. You have to escort John in the truck. Are you kidding me? It's so fucking hard. It's so hard.
Can't do that.
It's made to eat your quarters.
The game for Sega Genesis and Nintendo were shit.
That's kind of like where you're getting into the department of what.
Well, they're making a new one. They're making a new game.
It came out like with the movie. I thought.
Is it out already?
I thought. Yeah, they made.
I know they're
in
making a new game, but I don't know.
No way. Did they really? Okay,
look.
Look it up. So Monolith made the Shadow of Mordor game.
Yeah.
And that is canon to Lord of the Rings. But I'll give them credit.
Not.
Yes, it is.
No, they're not.
Yes, it is.
those don't really have anything. The books, because like
No, they're
you mean
canon.
Shadow of Mordor?
Yes.
Mordor.
I don't.
Yes, they are.
Because they don't make any sense with the books. At least that's what Christian and his dad told me, and they've read those books like
Well,
back, forth, and sideways.
I swear to God.
I don't think they are.
Bet me. Well, like look it up.
I will, but I don't.
Looking up the Terminator.
Yeah, Terminator
game.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Let me see.
The game that came out for Xbox
Excuse
360
me?
was shit.
Excuse
Remember
me?
that? Is it out now?
What the fuck? The 10th.
I saw of what? Of next month or this month?
What? I've never heard of this game.
I saw like ads for it.
No way. Who's making it? Reef? Oh no. Doesn't look good.
What's it called? Just
Terminator
Resistance.
Resistance.
You know what? That's something I'm gonna wait until it's like,
$10.
Yeah, maybe because
look up
I'm
the Shadow of Mordor.
Because there's a lot of the reason I say that is because like they make like Sheila like a person in that
Yeah,
and stuff,
right,
which
right,
doesn't
but,
make
like-
she's just
but-
a spider.
So they made a game within the Lord of the Ring universe that doesn't directly correlate with everything. Like, obviously has some threads, but like tries to do like an original story about an original character in the
Honestly,
Lord
I
of the
think
Rings.
what a better example of it is have you heard the game? Yeah, I'll try that again. The Ghostbusters third game that they made, or the Ghostbusters game that they made, is basically
for 360 and
for 360.
PS3, and
That was
now they
a third
remastered
Ghost.
it.
Yeah, I actually have been playing. That's like the follow up to Ghostbusters. Like
Yeah,
all
the
the
movie.
way-
It's the follow-up to the movies,
It is
right.
like the third movie that they never got to make.
That new one was. I don't care what you want to say.
Oh, wait.
It was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Chaz, his brother, is in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, as an extra.
He kind of calls an extra. He's in like the scene where they go to like that metal concert, and we had a freeze frame, but we saw him like 2 or 3
Yeah,
times.
so he had dreads back then. He has tattoos and stuff, and yeah, he signed up
Interesting.
for it.
All right.
It
So
was
as far as Shadow of Mordor, is Shadow of Mordor canon? No, it is not.
Oh,
A story Tolkien wrote, outlined, or ever considered, as far as we know. While certain elements of the story may be somewhat plausible, they go further than what would have been possible in the Middle Earth that Tolkien
I
conceived.
could have fucking sworn that whoever hails over Tolkien's lore, like deemed it canon. Like,
And that's
yeah,
on TolkienBlog.com.
Yeah, I would trust Tolkien.
So yeah, I think that is.
All right,
reasonable.
maybe I was wrong.
It's all right.
Yeah, I've been wrong.
We can't all be perfect.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was for Dark Fate with me when I walked in. I didn't really have any expectations, and obviously I'm not. I loved T1, T2, but I don't have as much of an investment. So I was like, I enjoy.
I guess I walked
Yeah.
into Dark
No.
Fate and be like, yeah, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I walked in. No, I'm not. It's like,
You're
I'll
like-
just
you're
give it a
probably-
shot.
yeah.
Give it
I
a
probably
shot.
would.
Hope
If,
for the
if you
best.
guys didn't see it, I would not have probably gone seen it.
Yeah,
I probably
you wouldn't have
would.
went. You wouldn't have went. You just had to go with us.
Yeah.
Like,
I went
Because I
by
knew-
myself yesterday.
Oh.
I don't go see movies by myself. I probably should.
I did it like once or twice.
I've done it.
No.
I did.
I only
saw-
do it when for
saw-
stuff like this where I just can't find another
I saw
person to go see it with, or
Transformers.
I can't line up a time with someone else.
I saw Transformers: Age of Extinction by myself, and that was one of the worst ideas.
Dude,
I've had in my life.
That is one of the
Oh,
only
God.
movies
Yeah,
I've
I was
ever
like,
walked
oh
out.
my god!
Walked out in the middle of, been like, when is this movie
Movie
ending?
over?
Like, what is happening? I've been here since the midday. Like, what is going on? But yeah, Terminator. It's definitely had its big up, and it seems to just
It big
keep
up
going
and
down.
it should have just stayed. It should have just left it there and not touched it. And also, I mean, we're getting back into it. I'm not done
No,
yet.
go
No,
for it.
yeah.
So,
Let me go.
like all the scenes, like when they're in the Cyberdyne building, like when they blow that building up and everything, dude. When he kicks
the breath when he's like breathing before he
dude,
dies.
when he kicks the table right out the desk right out the window and walks up with that
The
minigun, the
minigun.
way that they had the lighting on him, and it's so fucking awesome, dude. It's so
Also,
good.
there are a lot of components that in that movie that like there's a lot of different like set piece locations like and,
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and it works.
For sure.
When
and a
movies
lot of the action is
Tend to do that.
fully real,
it
yeah.
kind of tends to fall apart when like but like think about it in the beginning we're in the suburban neighborhood to the arcade. To the
city,
highway, and then
now we're in the
city,
desert.
now we're in the desert, and then we're in the mental hospital. Like there's so many different locations, and it all of it works. I don't think there's not one.
And the
weak
steel
part
mill
of
at
that
the end,
movie.
which I think they said that it actually was the real temperature inside was like cold. It wasn't hot, it was cold. So they had to like spray them so they looked like they were sweating.
Yeah.
But that was actually like cold, like a factory that was like cold inside. They said and how they built the pool, the liquid metal pool and all that, or not liquid metal. The
Like molten lava.
the molten
yeah.
lava pool, whatever. Yeah, that ending is awesome, dude. When that truck blows up and the T-1000 comes out, like that costume, the look, and of like he's covered in that shit, of
He's
the
tatted, yeah.
nitroglycerin or whatever, and falls and he starts breaking his arm off, and he hasta la vista baby blows him up. Shattering, like, that's so well done.
It's so iconic.
It's so well done. Like the way he explodes and all of his little pieces, like it looks so freaking
Just shatter,
good.
yeah.
And I love when he comes back, you can see that he's malfunctioning. When he's like, this is like in the deleted scenes where he's like he grabs onto a pole and like the pole color comes onto him and he goes like he flicks it off. And when he steps on the grate comes up in on him. Like when he steps on the grate one step and it just the whole
forms,
grate,
yeah.
it's like he like forms
Melds
with the
into
grate.
it, yeah.
So he's like malfunctioning and you see what Nick like the skin like kind of and it comes up to his face and it's awesome, dude. And Sarah Connor comes so close. She was one shot away from knocking him over the edge with the shotgun, but she dropped the shell. And that was awesome when he puts the finger in her shoulder.
Dude, they know how to
Call
build
to
tension.
John now. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he comes with the pole and hits him, and his whole arm like comes apart. It's so well done. The special effects are just amazing, and it holds up to this day. It's amazing.
Right.
And of course, the ending. If you're a grown man, you cry to this movie. There's nothing wrong with that because I have, and I admit it.
Probably
come on, dude.
That
That music, the ending music, when John, I know now why
He's
you
alone
cried.
in
It's something
it,
I can never do.
He wipes the
Gives
tear
him
off
a hug.
his face, right?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that?
He
Yeah, he
wipes
wipes
it
off
off
his
his
face,
face,
and
yeah.
when he hugs him, and then when he looks up at Sarah, and she just puts out her hand, and she looks, and they shake hands. Oh, and the music, it's so good. The music in the movie is so good. It like really, it works
Who
with
did
the
music?
scenes.
I was gonna say.
Oh God, what the hell's his name? Look it up.
That's
I
right,
know,
yeah.
and it's on the tip of my tongue. I know it. Brad Fidel or something like that. I think it is.
Because it's funny, because like I know
Very good
I know a lot
soundtrack.
of composers, because like a lot of composers do TV shows, that do games, that do movies. They're all over the place now. But like back in the day, I have no idea. Besides like
Terminator
fucking
3, Terminator.
Danny Elfman and
Yeah, when
Brad Fidel.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
yeah. When he shoots the grenade in his chest and he just blows apart. Yeah, that sound that he makes, and then when he falls, it's like I kind of like feel bad. He sounds like a crying animal.
Yeah, like the
He's
weird
like splashing
squeaks and-
around.
yeah.
It's like oh my God, what is that?
yeah.
And it's great, dude.
Honestly, I wouldn't doubt if they got animal noises and they
just put 'em in
dubbed
there,
him
yeah.
over and like they sound mixed it. They probably did something like that because it is like really weird.
It's a very
also-
visceral sound.
The music of him going down and the thumbs up, dude. It's so awesome.
Like
So
that
awesome
song-
that when I'm at home and I put the soundtrack on, I have it on vinyl. I like have to just keep replaying the song. The end song is it gets like
It's like
I
me
get
with some Metal Gear
goosebumps. I
shit.
get freaking goosebumps from hearing that end song, dude. It's so awesome. It holds up so well, and they put out so much merchandise for it too. Like there
You should fucking see.
I'm a big Arnold collector in
Sure.
general, but just Terminator I collect. I have more Terminator stuff than I do, but I have like the Kindergarten Cop promotional whistle. Like I have
It's not the Tuma.
yeah, I have the Terminator Subway promo, like the cup and like the little display cardboard with the little hanging thing, and
I love it.
I have the knife, the prop knife that they use in the bar, but like with the little hook, the circle on it, and it's like this long. You've seen it, right? Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I had the banner. That's like my baby. I newly just got that sleeping bag, Terminator 2
you told me
sleeping bag,
about,
which is
yeah.
rare as hell. I got bought it off somebody to drive, and that was a funny story. I gave him. It was $10 in a pack of cigarettes. I bought it off the guy for. It was awesome. It was awesome. So they make a book bag. I have not seen the book bag in person, but I know it's out there and it's rare as hell.
Fucking out there.
I've seen they make a lunchbox with a little thermos. I've seen that, but the book bag is rare. And same with that and the sleeping bag are rare. I can't. I've looked them up on eBay. Can't find them.
Wow.
I have a bunch of posters. I got a shitload of figures. It's just and vintage gear.
It really doesn't end.
I got so many vintage T-shirts and just everything, dude. I love that movie so much. And actually, my girlfriend just bought me a Terminator 2 tie.
Really?
Awesome.
Like a tie, yeah.
I love
It's
it.
Ralph Marlin's the brand, and like there's another rarity. You don't see them too often. So she got me a tie, and she got me this awesome like chalice mug that I brought to the bar on Friday. Like, yeah, fill this up.
I saw.
Fill this up.
Amazing.
So, and the opening, I just can't stop talking about it. The opening Future War scene is so awesome.
The skull.
And he crunches down, and the way
shot.
he looks back.
Yeah, with the gun, you've never seen a gun look like that in anything else.
The plasma rifle looks awesome. And
Yeah.
the lighting that they use for that Future War scene when the background explodes and just the way the Terminator's eyes, the red eyes light up, and just the lighting, the bluish lighting, it looks so awesome, dude. It looks great. It's a wonderful movie, and it'll always live up to the test of time. It'll always be like one of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah, I
made,
truly
period.
do think this is something we'll still be watching in 30 years. 40
Absolutely,
years.
it'll
Like,
never get
people-
old. It's like Seinfeld; it just never gets old to me. I can rewatch it 100 times, and I'll never get tired of it. Ever.
I have a question.
What?
When you die, do you want the teeth to be played at your funeral?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be buried in the teeth?
I said I want the banner laid over my. If I get buried, the banner over the casket,
yeah.
and as I go down, I want the end music as I go down. Yeah. Yup.
Alright, I'll make sure it happens.
And fill my casket with all
This
the
was his
Terminator
dying
merchandise.
wish.
Yup.
I'll be at that funeral.
Fantastic. Where everyone has to wear leather jackets and sunglasses.
Yup.
So
Absolutely.
that's it.
I would love
man.
the one thing I would love to own is the Rose Box shotgun. They made it. Sideshow Collectibles did make it,
Oh.
and it is
Really?
rare and expensive. I saw
When did
one,
they make it?
Oh, years ago. Like
That was
years ago.
Like when it first came out, or a little bit after?
No, well, I mean, I don't know what year they made the gun. Like they made
I'm looking it
the
up.
Rose Box shotgun, and they also made the
Is
plasma
it an
rifle.
actual gun? The
No, it's
shotgun?
not. It's not a.
just
It's
a
the prop, but
Okay.
it's like 1/1 scale. It's like legit, and
Right.
it comes on like a plaque you hang up. And I've seen it on eBay for like hundreds. Like maybe
I'm surprised you
$1,000.
don't have the plasma rifle.
They're expensive and they're rare. They're hard to find.
Not even like replicas that have been made like around now.
They haven't. Nobody's really made a replica, 1/1 scale replica now. It's always like just like that old one that they made. Nobody
Yeah, I'm
was-
seeing like
they
so
make
Entertainment Earth. They have one on here, but it doesn't even have a price on it.
like they make the arm and the brain chip, and they make busts. Like Sideshow does all that stuff now, and it's
Yeah.
expensive. And I would love to
Oh,
own
I
one,
know.
but
Sideshow stuff is fucking. I think I have one piece from Sideshow.
They're
It's that
quality
Batman
shit.
one.
oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
I have 4 hot toys. No, I have 4 hot toys. They're all Terminators, and I have the Commando hot toy, which is awesome. Great movie, all movie. I have the Enerbay T2 T800 battle damage one. I think that's the most expensive figure I own. That's like a $400 figure.
Yeah, the battle damage version.
Yeah, you know, with his arm all gone,
Yeah,
he has the grenade
I just think
launcher,
it's
and the makeup. The makeup looks so good when he's when they're in the Cyberdyne building and he's like, "Stay here, I'll be back." And when they shoot the gas and he starts walking all slow and that music build up and he's getting shot and you see it's a puppet but it looks great and it's
No, it
shit's
looks
like
awesome.
coming off his face and it looks awesome. It looks fucking awesome, dude. His damage, like you see the chrome
The
chest.
damage
at the
throughout
end.
the
Yeah,
seeing
it
all
looks
happen throughout the movie.
phenomenal. It looks phenomenal. It holds up so much. I can talk about it all day.
I know you could. That's why
I know we
did
gotta
this
end this at
podcast.
some point, but it's like, oh my god, I just keep talking about how awesome it is.
I've been trying to like. I feel like I wanted. I know the answer, but I was just like if they were to do anything Terminator, I feel like you just don't want anything.
There's
Terminator.
nothing you can't
Like
do
not even
anything.
like a movie, but like I'm trying to think of like anything that
if they did like an anime, like that's because
I heard about
because they
animes, yeah.
would probably be a lot better. Like, and they have made them. I think I'm pretty sure they made like animes like.
they did.
Animated,
They've done
yeah.
They've
Matrix anime.
They've done mangas. I know they make a manga of it like years ago. My buddy Matt Mullen was telling me about.
Have you
having
tried
a
to-
manga.
have you tried to get
I've
it?
tried looking it up. I can't find it. It's like rare.
I was like,
guess.
it's probably an import too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they made an anime, of it, like kind of like like how they did the Resident Evil Degeneration, like it's like
Yeah.
a CGI.
I want to
movie.
watch that.
Like I would probably
never
see
watched
that
the last
because
one.
I just know that like the live action ones, they don't. I don't know. It just,
You know what? I'll give, since we're talking about the Resident Evil movies, the first 2 are not bad. I'll stick by that.
all those movies suck. Dude.
I need to see the last
all those
one.
movies.
I haven't seen.
Oh,
I haven't
it's
seen
the
the-
only way.
I gotta see it.
Look,
I gotta finish it all.
my name is Alice. Like, yeah, we know who you are. Nobody cares about you because you're not even in the fucking game. Nobody cares about you.
Thanks,
It's
Alice.
horrible.
Yeah.
Literally.
In every movie she says, my name is Alice. We know who you are, but nobody cares about you. They went from, it was the first movie, first game.
Yeah.
Barely touched on them being in the main. It was all about them being in the underground lab.
Yeah.
Second movie, third game. Where's William Birkin? I wanted to see him more. I mean, Nemesis is
Wait,
cool
the
and all.
third game?
Third game is Nemesis.
But isn't William? No,
William Birkin is Resident Evil 2.
Yeah,
the
but
second movie is the third game.
Oh, true. They're not like
they
canon.
didn't make. They should have made. The second movie should have been with Leon and Claire in the police station. More about the police station and more about William Birkin and the T-virus. No, it's about some dude in a
I gotta.
God.
I feel like I want to rewatch.
I mean, it's okay. I have all of them except for the first one. I have them all. That's because I bought them for like $1 at like a flea market. I'm like, all right, I'll buy it. What the hell?
Sure.
But they all stink. They're all like, and it just, oh God. It's Claire, all the other characters.
I'll never forget.
They should have focused more on like the
Afterlife
actual characters.
is like when it's like fucking Barry, Leon, and Chris
Yeah.
Redfield. I was like, what is this? Resident Evil All Stars?
But they should have focused more on
Ada?
them than
Oh,
the
no,
Alice character. Alice has nothing to do with the
I feel
games.
like Alice is a
and
good idea, making an original character, but like centering
make it
her
on that, yeah.
within the world of the games.
But they could have, again, like they
'Cause
could have
that's an
had her
original-
in it, but they could have focused so heavily more on Leon.
Oh,
I love
the
Leon.
dog down here.
I love Leon. He's one of my favorite characters in the game. But they could have did a lot better. And I love how the director of the new one's like, oh, it's going to be scary. Yeah, we'll see. I doubt it. It's going to be just every other like Netflix put out shit that they just throw out that looks like ass and it, oh, God. I'm going to see it when it comes out, but I know it's going to be...
Wait, what are you talking about?
They're making a new Resident Evil movie. Or they're making a movie, I think, and then they're making a show for Netflix, too.
Like a
Oh, fuck! I remember when they announced that. That was
that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
that was
we
like
haven't
2.5
heard anything yet.
years
They
ago.
act, you know what's sad actually is that George A. Romero was originally called to direct the Resident Evil movie. He was gonna do a Resident Evil movie, and his work, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, his Dead trilogy, very good director. And I read his script of what it could have been, and it would have been awesome. They focused on the mansion, more on the mansion and the characters. Like, it would have been really good. And they actually, there's a script up, it's online. You can look up, like, the script of, like, what he had down so far. And it looks awesome. It looks like it would have been a great movie. Just didn't do it.
pan out.
It's sad. But I remember he directed the commercial for Resident Evil 2, which is really cool. If you ever seen that, like, for PS1 Resident Evil 2.
No, I think
He directed a
I think
commercial for
I think
it.
I have heard that, and I
I'm all out of water. All this talking, I got cotton mouth over here.
yeah.
No.
I think I have heard that he did that, and I never looked it up, but I think I do know about that.
Yeah, so
But,
I hope they just don't make any more Terminator movies, please God.
Yeah,
don't
let's
make
just
any
let it
more.
lie
Let it
for a while,
let it just
at least,
be
yeah.
let it or James Cameron needs to come out of his fucking high horse castle and either direct another one and end it, or just buy back the rights and put it in a vault, lock it up, and throw away the key. Do something with it. It's just your child. You're gonna let it just get mutilated all over?
Yeah, he still-
ridiculous.
doesn't care, yeah.
Ridiculous.
Is there anything else?
I think
I
feel like it's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
It's a good play. Yeah. Just lock it up and don't make any more Terminators.
Leave it
Please.
alone, for God's sake.
Please.
Oh
Leave it
my
alone.
God. All right. Well, thank you guys. This has been a good one.
It's been a pleasure. I've been talking to you about doing this.
Thank you for
a
coming
long
on.
time.
It's
Yeah,
like
so
for
I'm
real.
very happy.
I really just wanted to bring you on because like you just have so much to say.
Yeah.
I do.
It's
And
a topic
I'll come back again.
Dude, for
That's
sure,
what
man.
else you wanna
Absolutely.
do.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thank you all for watching us live on twitch.tv/DelcoNetwork. If you've been with us this whole
That was
time,
fast.
we really appreciate it. You can
know.
find us on YouTube as well as podcast services. Just search Delco Nerd Network. If you could drop us a review while you're at it, that never hurts anything. Also, check us out on socials. We are at Delco Nerds on everything. As always, this can be found on our website. All this information, www.delconerdnetwork.com. For Nick, for Gooch, I've been Trio. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay nerdy, and we will see you